Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good morning, wherever you're from. After a little bit of a short hiatus, we're back. Had a blast if you guys were tuned in or whatever. I know the Rithmm Discord has been a hot spot lately. Like everybody's active in there. It's been amazing. Obviously with MLB coming up and everything like that. Yeah. Oh god, here we go. This inside joke's gonna get bad fast. Oh no. Long story short, I didn't have a play in the Rockies game, but we're apparently everybody's on the Rockies today, which is terrible. It's all right though. But yeah, I went to opening day yesterday in Cincinnati, had a blast. That was phenomenal. Cincinnati is amazing when it comes to opening day. Like they are just obviously being the birthplace of Major League Baseball. It's so sick. It's so sick. But basically today, obviously we have some Sweet 16 plays for tonight and tomorrow. I will go over MLB if you guys want me to. I'm only going to ask though, or I'm only going to do it if you guys ask though. So let's say we'll put it that way. MLB models, I know we had an update in the Rithmm cord a little bit ago. It's looking like Monday is the optimal day now. So yeah, we're very excited to get that going. And then once we have that, we'll get after it. So first, in the early game, let me double check my work here. So I just posted my card about an hour ago. No, I literally have a play for every single game today. Honestly, as bad as that sounds, I just it's March, you guys. We're gonna spray the board no matter what happens here. It does not matter at this point. College basketball, I'm kind of over it. Yesterday happened. We had an insane opening day, and it's just like, yeah, I'm over this. So you're more than welcome to tail if you want. But I haven't been the hottest in the college basketball realm lately. But we have been getting some sneaky profit. Like yesterday, I think we went like 3-1, and then the weekend before that, we broke even, I think is what it was. But I mean, like that round one has just put us down pretty much this month. But we've pretty much evened ourselves out for the month. So now we're actually back in green by a significant amount, by about 8 units or so. Actually, sorry, no, that's this week. We're up astronomically this month. Just kidding. 20 units. That's light. That's light. Anyways, first play of the board today. 7:09 tip-off, Ole Miss, Michigan State. Now, this game has been like this. I don't even think the line's moved. Actually, that's a lie. It was at 2.5 or like maybe a half of the day, close to opening, and now ever since then, it's kind of just sat at 3.5. In my opinion, dude. There's been so many stupid trends out there where it's like Chris Beard off when his teams are on 3 days of rest, 8-1 against the spread. Izzo in March is so-and-so against the spread, insanely profitable, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, dude, if you're betting in March based off of just trends only, you got to fix your whatever I don't even know what you want to call it, your arsenal. But yeah, there's a lot more that goes into this cup than just trend, you guys. Which is fine. I mean, like it works sometimes, I guess. Like from a totals perspective, I was talking about this in my Discord the other day. From a totals perspective, I see trends a lot better in that kind of realm. But in the spread sense, spreads are, yeah, I can't get behind spread trends, especially in tournaments, just because it's so unpredictable from a spread standpoint, much less an outright winning standpoint. So anyway, my first play here though is not Michigan State. I'll tell you that much. as much as I love Izzo, as much as I was pretty high on Michigan State this year, period. Especially that like late run that they kind of made. At this point, I really don't have the most insight in the world for you regarding college basketball, based betting on basically who is hot and who is not, essentially. Because right now, apparently, that's all that's working, and it's the most square thing ever, and it's kind of starting to piss me off because I'm really bored this March. Okay, can we can all agree that this tournament has absolutely sucked, other than the one good game, Maryland and Colorado State last weekend, which was fine. But dude, it's like we're betting dogs here blindly just because it's March, and like they're getting absolutely ran out of the gym every week, and it's just been bad. Other than a couple of them that have actually won consistently covering, which respect to them. But tonight we are taking dogs once again. so let's get it. What up, Jerry? How we doing? The live play. I'm not betting the Rockies, bro. Give it up. I'm not betting the Rockies. What are they right now? I don't even know what it is. He's got me looking now. This is gonna be bad. If we just if we get the chat to just squad ride Rockies live at like they're up to? What do we? Oh, never mind. I thought you were talking about Rocky. I'm like, they're up 2-0. Like, what are we doing betting? Oh, okay. I have to go back to what you sent me. Hold on now. So Jake texted me the other day with a disgusting first half trend. I wouldn't even say disgusting. It's like actually insanely profitable. If I can find it, I will go over it. But we text too much to where it kind of gets hidden in these chats. But it's okay. So if you can, actually send me that again, and I'll just do it. See, I just bet Ray's life. See, Jerry's against you guys, man. You guys are tough now. This is gonna get bad real fast. Oh my god. Anyways, Ole Miss plus 3.5 is a play for me. Wait, it broke. That game was fire last night. Yeah, I loved last night's game. That was awesome. Ole Miss plus 3.5 is definitely a play. Again, I wish I had some sort of insight for you guys here, but I honest to God, like it's not even worth me wasting my breath, and then all of a sudden Michigan State just wins by 20. It's kind of dumb this March, and honestly, when I look at basically what Ole Miss has done, and statistically, when I have like done this stream, I've screamed down everybody's throat about these stupid do spots, right? And that's kind of worked for the most part. But now we have like 2 outright wins here, and then Michigan State. I don't think they covered to some in this New Mexico game, and then Bryant. I definitely had Bryant in that game. I'll wear that proud because I wanted something to happen there, and it just didn't. And then games like this Wisconsin game just happen, and then it just makes me lose all hope in March and Izzo. Period. So in that case, let's just talk about why in the world is the line only 3.5? See, I agree. Like the 2.5 line, like I would have ate that up. And then like I just thought about it the more, and I was just like, do we really want to do this? I was like, after everything that like we've bet on this March, do we really want to bet another 2.5 favorite just for it to lose by 10 outright to a dog? And like statistically speaking, I'm not a fan of Ole Miss. I'm not very high on them. But Chris Beard and these dudes, they can't freaking miss right now. And it's really annoying. I'm not going to lie. I had Iowa State in that game that Ole Miss won by quite, like, what was that? I don't even know what the score of that game was. Yeah, literally by more than 10. Yeah, 13. Is that what that is? I can't do quick math. Who cares? But it's just dumb. And it feels like now that, like, oh, Ole Miss has won 2 outright wins at the dog, so we're going to make them a 1-possession dog here. We're going to say that Michigan State is 1. Can you just imagine if you told me this at the beginning of the year, Michigan State is 1 possession better than Ole Miss? You would be absolutely bullied for saying something like that. Outlandish. and it's insane. But now it's like if they keep shooting the way that they're shooting, there's no reason that they shouldn't cover this. And Michigan State's defense, yeah, as those defenses are a freaking work of art, like probably second to Patino at this point, honestly. But and it's what I do have them outright though. I mean, obviously Rithmm, of course, has they did have Ole Miss though. I swear, I promise they did. They had Ole Miss outright, and now I think there was, like I was saying the other day, when Rithmm has like these short favorites right here, they actually are really well, which is very frustrating. So the trend now for Michigan State, that's live by the way, is it is 6-6 to the under when the first half total is 33.5, if I'm reading that correctly. And then it's 23-0 when it's over. Is it 33 team total? Wait, is it team total, Jay? Or I can't. Honestly, I forget. It might be a team total. That might be what it was. So 6-6 went under 33 for team total first half, and then 23-0 went over 33 team total first half. I think I'm reading that correct. Yeah. Okay. So yes, team total. So yeah, 23-0 is ridiculous. Okay. But yeah, you guys take with that what you will. So we'll kind of go with that. If Chris Beard came to a broken program out of the box, I was sold, but he's going against the goat with lesser wrestler. I agree. I'm a big fan of Chris Beard when he was at Texas. Very fun team, very fun coach. Honest to God, I'm not an IU fan, but if there is any IU fans in here, like Indiana wanted him bad, dude. Like second to Dusty May before he got his extension, and that ended real quick. But Indiana pretty much jumped the gun on DeVries, which I'm not gonna lie, I love the DeVries hire a lot. I think I like it a lot more than I would Beard, to be honest with you. But Beard would have been pretty solid at IU in my opinion, which I hoped, I prayed that he would, because I'm secretly an IU fan because I almost went there, but I'll keep that under the door or under the rug, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, second play on the night. I swear to God. Oh, man. Okay. I really didn't want to talk about this game, all right? I really didn't. I really didn't. But we have to, because reverse psychology is a thing, all right? What's funny is that, like, I'm only betting this on this game to make myself happy somewhat either way. And for the record, if you're in my Discord, you know that we do reverse psychology a whole lot, all right? So, those of you who know, yes, I am a Kentucky fan. And yeah, I'm very proud of it. But tonight, honestly, 2-0, dude, against them this season. That is insanely hard to beat this team 3 times. However, there's so many cons here for Tennessee backers when you're backing Rick Barnes alone in a March Madness tournament against the spread. 2, it's a rivalry game, and they're underdogs yet again. It makes me mad that I have to bet Tennessee here to make myself even somewhat comfortable, but I swear this game should be a lot closer than 2 possessions, in my opinion, especially given what's at stake now. Because these first 2 games, if we kind of go into them, have been, and I mean, they project them right at 4. See, it's weird, dude. I don't know. See, I would have, honestly, like Kentucky at like 76 to 72 maybe or something like that. But the last, is it going to have, let me see here. Is it in the last 10? Did we play twice in the last 10? We did not. What was the score of both of those games? Let me look those up. So first was by 5, and obviously that was on the road in Knoxville. And then we hosted them at home. That was up by 11. Oh, God. This is this is as gross as it gets. This line is literally as gross as it gets. Underdogs in both games, won comfortably. Rockies have given up. Dude, I'm telling you, Jerry bet raised alive, didn't he? Dude, he's putting you guys in the freaking dirt today. I love this. I absolutely love this right now. I wish I would have bet on that game, but I didn't. I want to know how, because I had Morel in a home run. I don't know if you just said he got pinch hit. That's kind of annoying, but whatever. That would have definitely been a perfect time for him to go yard too. That is so for dude Aranda. Are we serious for Jonathan Aranda? Okay. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately for me personally, I have to take Tennessee -4.5 to make myself comfortable with this. I don't even have to tail that, to be honest with you, because this is purely based on myself betting against my own team, because every time I do, for some unknown godforsaken reason, they always manage to do some BS where they come out and just shoot lights out. And somehow, you never know, Zakai Ziegler might go like 0 for 12 tonight, like he usually does against us, or Chaz might go for 30. Like, honestly, there's really no telling with this team. It's they're the most, Tennessee, in my opinion, is probably the most unpredictable team in this tournament, period. Easily, by far. So we have live updates from Rockies and Rays in here right now, and it's absolutely beautiful. But let me see. Then we go to the third game to tonight, which is 9:30 Auburn and Michigan. This has also been an extremely hot commodity this week, because I'm pretty sure that this opening. This was open at like 7 or 6. I think it was 7. And it moved up to 9 for a minute. And I grabbed the even. I got the even 9. And I really love my even 9 right now, honestly. Like, the way that Auburn's been playing has been ridiculously shaky. And I love that Rithmm has them out here at like 6. So yeah, definitely feeling really good about this one. And a beautiful price too. 107 right now. I mean, geez, Pete's man, 5-0 last 5. Let's go to last 10, 6-4. See, like 3-7 right here. They just haven't been as impressive. And these things about dew spots is that these dew spots completely go away in March, right? It's like if a team is hot, you're going to back the team that is hot. If they're not, you're going to keep fading them until they give you what you want. And in my opinion, personally, I have futures on the line with this game specifically, so it's more of a hedge. But I genuinely just don't think Auburn keeps up with Michigan's interior play. Danny Wolf, Vlad. I don't think that Janai Broom and Chad Baker, I don't think that they dominate the glass as much as these guys do. And from a defensive perspective, I expect them to get locked up. The only people that can make a difference in this game for Auburn, personal opinion, is going to be guys like Pettiford, honestly. That might be it. I mean, it's very possible that Auburn comes out here and just like absolutely runs the table, and they do what they've pretty much done to multiple teams this year, and they just dominate. It's very possible. But I mean, we've seen so many different sides of Michigan this year to where I forget what I was saying now. I'm so sorry. But basically, yeah, like from a rebounding perspective and defense perspective, Golden and Wolf pretty much run that table, in my opinion. I've never been high on Broom or Baker Mazara, period, really. And that's not just as in like an SEC fan either. I'm not necessarily a biggest Big Ten fanatic either. But I just don't think they're that good, flat out, honestly. I really don't. And there's a real world where Michigan wins this outright, which I do have as well. Thank you for clarifying for the Michigan State trend, because I think I worded it wrong, but that's okay. I apologize. Jake's got it. It's all good. Appreciate it. But essentially, pretty much it for that one. And I know some people are going to be happy about the Michigan bet, but honestly, it's just me backing a better rebounding team, and rebounding wins games. Simple as that. Like I've pretty much said all year, 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time, look at the team who's got more rebounds, they're winning the game. It's very possible that they could get out rebounded and still lose because it's happened to Kentucky multiple times. Don't know how. They've done it though. They've made it possible. So I'm just gonna shut up. In terms of the late game, 10 o'clock, dude. See, I wanted to go to Indianapolis so bad this weekend, but I already took off yesterday to go to opening day, and then buddy was like, "Hey, dude, you got to go to Indy with me for Kentucky and Tennessee, and then Purdue and Houston right after." Like, that is an insane lineup. All right, so that's just, I don't know. That would have been a game, and I'm really kind of regretting that I did not go. See, this was my thinking as well. Like, if you want to do a parlay piece with Auburn, I can kind of understand that, but just like 8.5. Yes, that is a ton of points given what Auburn's done recently, as of late, I should say. They haven't been good. They have not played well. Period. They really haven't. Squeezing by, I mean, they didn't squeeze by Creighton, but like they won by 12, although Creighton shot terribly after shooting pretty much lights out against Louisville, which was really annoying. I'm not high on Auburn, period. And I mean, again, when they lost to Tennessee in the SEC tournament, that was a bad game from them, obviously. Barely squeezing by Ole Miss, which Ole Miss is a great team too. But I mean, I just don't understand these. If I can find some sort of line where Auburn favored by so-and-so more points is so-and-so against the spread. Like, I guarantee you that if it's like over 6 to 8-ish or so, I guarantee you they're not very good at all, because honestly, I just don't see it. But back to the Purdue-Houston game. Now, I was called names I will not say for my pick in this game, okay? And I'm still standing on my mountain proud, all right? No, it is not Houston. Mic drop. Can I drop this? Is it screwed on? Probably. I have Purdue. All right. I have Purdue plus 8.5 here for many of reasons. Okay. So let me scroll. And a lot of people, they're kind of projecting like some Sweet 16 blowout and saying that like Purdue is not even going to be able to keep this close in the slightest. Okay. Which is fairly somewhat justified, I guess you could say. I don't know, whatever. But honestly, I don't see it. I really don't see it. All right. And similar to last game, 8.5 points is a lot. Houston, in my opinion, they probably will have played the second to Duke, I would say. And it doesn't really help that everybody and their mom is on Purdue tonight, but I don't really care. All right. I don't really care. But their defense obviously has clearly dominated the last couple of weeks, or couple of games, I should say. But as far as backing Purdue, I'm not a big Matt Painter guy. I'm not going to lie to you. But they have dominated pretty as of recently. Obviously, I wouldn't really say that this 76-81 against Gonzaga, it really was not like this. The score portrays that, like, obviously it was more than what it is, honestly. I think Gonzaga played a lot better than people expected them to. And that was a nail biter for a short bit. and I did have Gonzaga. But again, like the last game, like I said, we're getting a little bit too many points. Okay. So they're a veteran team. Purdue is. They have all the talent in the world here with a ton of big game experience. Obviously, Painter, they have a strong game plan, obviously, against outstanding them and outlandishing them, but they have to get around Houston's defense first and foremost. I got Houston 6.5, about as high as I was willing to. Houston will allow a backdoor. See that I could see the backdoor, but honestly, it's just I'm praying, and this is me going back to the March interface again as a whole. I would love a dogfight in this game so much because we just deserve it, honestly. And like you said, last night's game was awesome. It was one of the better ones of the tournament. I'll give you that. But Purdue should realistically just keep this close majority of the entire game. And with how Purdue utilizes the pick and roll with TKR, which he has been phenomenal. And that's an understatement because he has been one of the best players of the month, period. I think that he gives Houston's defense a lot of issues tonight, for one. And then the key for Purdue, another key for them, I should say, if they can get their Houston's big men like Roberts out into foul trouble or something like that early, you honestly have a like perfect example. You have a perfect, easy opportunity in for a backdoor, much less an absolute dogfight till the end. And Rithmm, obviously, they recommend this one, and they have it projected by 5, which I love that, honestly. And so I'm hoping that it's a little bit back and forth. And I know that the most like square parlay of all time right now is going to be Houston and Auburn, and that's like perfectly fine. Like you can do whatever you want with it, but I'm just not really in on it, to be honest with you. So I get it. But I did have a trend that popped up earlier today for the Tennessee game that I forgot to mention before. And so as much as I wanted to back my team Kentucky alone, Tennessee was the side. And so it says since 2018, two teams match up for the third time. The team that won both prior, which is Kentucky, and is now an underdog with a rest disadvantage. They're 2-12 against the spread. Sorry, there's a massive glare. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. I didn't even see that. Let me move my computer a little bit. Maybe we can try to hide. But yeah, 2-12 against the spread at a rest disadvantage, aka that's Kentucky. So it is a small sample size there, but it is natural. So I do like the idea of that trend. Unfortunately, taking Tennessee, it hurts me a little bit, but I do have Tennessee there once again. If TK can get Roberts in the foul, it will be a tight game. Is what I was. That's exactly what I was trying to say. It's between that matchup alone, TKR and Roberts is probably the game. Period. Honestly. And it's they're both phenomenal players. Roberts has had a crazy, intensely fun career there. Similar to Cryer, which Cryer averages like 15, 16 a game right now. And Roberts is like just as dominant on the glass as TKR is. But I mean, dude, it's going to be a battle inside that all night. And I mean, I think that total is like 131, 133 now. It's one of the lower totals for Michigan this year by far. So it's going to be definitely interesting to go into those. But that's really all for tonight. For tomorrow, I did get one of the better openers with Florida. I have Florida at 5.5. I know it opened at 4. I think it opened at 4, right? Yeah. So it opened at 4. A 5.5 popped last night around like 12:30. I grabbed that from DraftKings, but I do think it's playable at least up to 7. So I would grab a 6.5 if you still have it. So Florida minus 6.5 or better, I would put it that way. And then I don't have anything for Duke or Bama yet, but I do want to go and get Bama the more that line goes up, because I think this one's going to be a tight, fun one as well. And obviously those are tomorrow. I'm hoping Bama touches 8. Honestly, I think we might be able to. If we do, that'd be fantastic. But we'll see. Roberts was a depth piece defensive player, and he's now a star. Dude, he's phenomenal. He's literally one of the best. He's probably one of the best big men I think I've like watched in a very long time, and like my lifetime, in a college perspective, I should say. Defensively, he reminds me exactly of is Jaren Jackson from Memphis. Honestly, that's like probably the best comparison I could probably say. And so you could say the same thing about Jaren Jackson, really. I mean, I don't really watch NBA that much, but I know people and players, obviously. But he's developed into one of their key guys. And I mean, it's the same story with Roberts. Yeah. Shout out Memphis. I know it's your team, bro, but whatever. Yeah. Did the dog. Like defensive player of the year, was it 2 years ago, last year? Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's honestly pretty much all I have for today in college basketball wise. If you want me to, only if you guys want me to. I already shared my card in my Discord, but if you want me to, I will go over MLB briefly. I know that there is a couple people who are asking about it in the Rithmm Discord, and so obviously if I've been pretty much available all week, much less all day. So I'm trying to make myself available and active in that server a lot more now. I need to lock in on this Rockies game. If there's a way that we can, like, if I can share my screen on the stream to like YouTube TV or Stream East or something like that to pull up this Rockies game, that would be amazing right now. Wait, timeout. How are you guys even watching this? I just thought about that. None of you live in Colorado, and I know, I know that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. I'll go over briefly one more time just down the line. Ole Miss plus 3.5 / money line there. Tennessee minus 4.5. Michigan plus 9. Purdue plus 8.5 for tomorrow. Florida minus 5.5, and waiting on a Bama plus 8 or better, or 8.5. Whatever. Sports Surge. I'm watching pitch by pitch. Is that like from the like ESPN or Reel? Probably. Sports Surge. If there is, oh my God, wait a minute. We might be able to make that work. The playback app, if you guys remember that, the playback app like lets you like stream any game from any market whatsoever. Well, I think for MLB TV, they have a deal with T-Mobile, which is what I use for my provider. You get like a free season, completely free, like on house, which is insane. Recommended totals in terms of team total for college basketball, like what kind of total? Because I do have MLB totals galore tonight, but I don't really have any college basketball totals. But I can kind of see what my model likes. Not in Europe. That's fair point. that's fair point. Let me see. I can kind of go briefly. Game total on college basketball. Let's see it. I know they're both in caution. They both have 2 overs in Michigan State, Ole Miss, under. See, this is what I'll go off of. If both of my models will like unders, I will typically just tail. I don't want to say tail blindly, but essentially when I get the vibe of Michigan's defense matched against Auburn, I do like this under, honestly. 56% probability, 79, 73. So that projects what? Sorry, I'm shaking my screen so bad right now. Is that 152? 151. That's 152. Yeah. So that's projected that by 3. Difference market is 10%. That's a really high DTM there. And then you have 81 minus plus 73. which would be 154, 155 on the dot. No, it's 154. I'm at 155. God, I didn't take math, you guys. Yeah, like I said, if both my models are agreeing on an under or an over, either vice versa, it doesn't matter. I will typically tail the model, honestly. Oh, no, 151 is at 154. Yeah, honestly, the more that this goes up, I do like it initially. Knowing Michigan's defensive capability along with the rebounding and not allowing second chance points. The only problem that worries me, obviously, is a foul perspective. If these big men get into foul trouble, whatever, they're going to create a ton of free throws in this game, which I wouldn't be surprised of seeing that. That's the last thing that we need is a ref show in a game like this, honestly, though. Just for like one game, I would just love for to have, like play with like no rules or something, because I'm sick and tired of watching these teams shoot 28 free throws a game and then still not cover. I'm honest. I'm just a fan, period, of Houston unders. I mean, they're such a defensive team, period, by or as is. So I'll pretty much auto lane the 133 there. Although if Purdue's shooting lights out, be careful, tread lightly. Tomorrow's totals, both like under. This one especially, 172.5. Love. I know I'm not really looked into it at all, really, yet. 61% win probability there, 86 to 82. What does that put us at? That's like 160. That's like by 5. That's projecting that under by like 5 or 4 or 5 points. Shooting has been a little too hot as well. I agree. I mean, some like you could say some regression kind of bites in there a little bit. And obviously Auburn's one of the better defending teams from the perimeter perspective. I mean, it's like there's a ton of signs pointing at an under there. And yeah, I got like the 168 here in this Duke and Bama. I mean, dude, that's realistic. Honestly, I love that. I love that play. I might be adding that this weekend, so be on the lookout for that. 172.5 for minus 105. That's a really good price, honestly. I got to give it to that. And a 61% win probability, I would pretty much auto bet, because anytime my model will anytime my model or models will have a 60% or higher win probability. I know everybody's got like a kind of way of doing things or betting with their model. I will typically just go for it, honestly. And then again, from a regression perspective, you could say both of these teams. I mean, Bama, after putting up 100 with like 7 minutes left, yeah, dude, auto under. Texas Tech, Florida. This one's a little bit iffy for me personally, because I know what both of these teams are capable of. But in my opinion, I would need to wait for this one specifically, because Texas Tech has some injuries right now with Chance, and JT was it JT last night or was it Williams that was just off? I forget who it was. I was watching it last night though. But either way, yeah, I would have to wait to see some injury status within Texas Tech's team. If they're healthy, then I might not play it. If they're not, if they're out and that line stays the same, might play that. I can't really say. I would think that the public loves the over from how. I mean, last night that like all 4 overs hit last night. I'm pretty sure. So I mean, man. See, that's what scares me too, is that how square that this tournament has been. And here we are with like what, 1, 2, 3 dogs tonight. William, yes, correct. Yeah, because he hit his first 3 of the night from the wing when he was left wide open because oh shoot, what's his face? Because DJ, I remember the play so specifically. True, they did hit the over in OT. DJ went to help at the top of the key, and then obviously Williams is just like left by himself at that point, and Brazil is not going to help. He's down there in the paint. And so it's just, yeah, he hit his first three, and then it was just like pretty much all hell broke loose from that point. That was a big three, too. Pretty much won in that game. But I mean, yeah, it's like from a totals perspective, that's typical what I'll look at. Both unders for both of these games potentially. I will be probably playing the Bama Duke one, but I have to do a little bit more reading in Texas Tech and Florida. But auto under for Houston. Do love the under in Auburn, Michigan. Kentucky and Tennessee, both games have been around like 70s. I'd rather stay away, honestly. I'd rather stay away from that kind of total, especially in this one as well, almost with some regression possible. Yeah, that's pretty much about that. If there's any other questions, though, let me know. Because other than that, I pretty much think that that's about it for today. And hopefully next week we'll have some MLB plays lined up for you guys. I'm going to try to work out my model ASAP as soon as it gets uploaded. That way I can have somewhat of a guide to use. I'm so excited, you guys. Like, words cannot explain. Yesterday was such a good opening day from a betting perspective and just being in Cincinnati. But, I mean, it was awesome. Also meeting the guys at Just Baseball was sick. Colby and Peter were amazing people. I'm a big fan of that podcast as well, but it's so cool. Other than that, though, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much about it, you guys. Bama at a juicy 7 on my book. Yeah, I gotta wait. For that. I gotta have at least an 8. I gotta have an 8. And I think we're gonna get there. I think we're gonna get to an 8 by tomorrow. I'm hoping so, at least. We have plenty of time. We have till 8:40 tomorrow, so we have plenty of time to get there. I'm just hoping that the public just obviously does the recency bias thing and they just hammer Duke. But obviously, with Bama scoring 110 or whatever, obviously it's going to put a halt in the stuff. So we'll see what the market does. I hope that they back Duke because I have Duke to win a natty and have them reach the Final Four. It's a beautiful hedge opportunity, I must say. So I'm hoping that we can kind of get that kind of number. And if we get it, we're doing it. That's all I got, though. Like I said, if there's any other questions, we're going to check on this Rockies game before we head out, I guess. Why not, right? Oh, we got 2-2 top 9. Oh, my God. We hit extras. Brendan Lowe walk-off homer is speaking to me, you boy. Public's going to... See, that's my thinking as well. Like I said, but I think Public is just going to slam Duke. Like, they have every right to. He just got to... Oh, that sucks. Other than that, though, let me see. Any other questions? And then we'll hop out of here and hopefully get tuned in for the... Oh, so sorry. That might have been loud, the sun. I'm going to get out of here to watch the MLB games on my MacBook while I have college basketball on the computer or the TV. Should be good to go, though. That's about it. I appreciate you guys for hanging around. Yeah, I'm active. Like I said, I'm getting active more and more in the Rithmm Discord. Also, always have my own, whatever. I'm always open for questions. You can always find me on Twitter. I'm sure we can get it to work out somewhere. And hit the like button. Yeah. Oh, boy. Make sure you guys like the stream. Obviously, duh. That's why we're here. Other than that, though, yeah, I'm going to hop out of here. I appreciate you guys hanging around, being a lot more active in the comments today, even though we're just watching Rockies. It does not matter. I was appreciative. Uh-oh. Something might have happened. Is he spamming? But we will see you guys next week, next Friday, I believe. if all goes to plan. So, yeah, peace and blessings. We'll see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all.